And the talk is on.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, JNS Talks. I'm Sho.
And I'm Joe.
Hope everyone's doing good. We are on week, 6 quarantine?
Something like that, of course. 6.
I lost track of time.
Yeah. Week a lot of quarantine.
But May 15th is coming up. So let's see what happens then.
Yeah, which in New York City, that probably doesn't mean shit.
You think? I mean,
Well, it's in phases, so we're still gonna be in the house June.
yeah.
So, and we gotta see those numbers.
Yeah. Now that the weather's warming up, a lot of people are not thinking about all the efforts that we've been doing and about this quarantine, and I feel like everybody's like throwing it out the window. Like,
Yeah,
the sun is out. Oh, let's sun's out, buns out. No.
Yeah,
I
like
gotta chill.
I feel like people got used to it, and now they're getting comfortable, with
Yeah.
the masks and stuff. They think that, oh yeah, I'm safe. The weather's getting like this past weekend it was hot,
Yeah.
sunlight and all that. They think that the sun is gonna kill the virus and all this. And yeah, things are going good, but not good enough,
Yeah.
you know? And our governor, um, so far he's shown that he's, you know, smart dude, and he's not putting lives over money.
Yeah.
So let's get to the topic of the
So,
day.
yeah, I was getting to that. Being that the weather getting warmer and stuff, I know a lot of people are excited, especially the kids, right? Being cooped up in the house. Parents are frustrated, kids are frustrated, caretakers, just everybody is frustrated. And I notice a lot of people are not focusing on their kids as they should, right? And people aren't taking into consideration that kids aren't really comprehending, like adults. Like, they're not really comprehending what's going on. By now, they should, to an extent.
Oh yeah.
But they're still scared and they're still confused, and especially them not being in school.
Yeah.
So, of course, all their emotions are all over the place. And I'm sure kids are acting out. So, being that they have a bunch of emotions, I think us adults, especially parents, should rethink the way you react to them. Like, when it comes to discipline, punishment, just the attitude towards your kids in general.
Yeah.
This is the time to be extra compassionate, right? Extra loving, and being more understanding to your
Yeah.
kids. Because a lot of people think, oh, they're just kids. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. No, people forget. Kids are people. They're little humans. They're just like us.
Yeah,
Younger.
of course. Like, on top of that, we got cabin fever, right? We've been in the house for more than a month.
Yeah.
Right? So all that is building up.
Yeah.
And like you said, like the kids are all building up too. And we grown ups, adults are building up like that. It's not
like,
normal.
shit, like, I want to do something. I want to go out.
Yeah,
I want
it's
to
not normal.
get
right?
back to normal.
So before you blow before like the fuse goes off. You know what I mean? You need to reevaluate everything.
Mm-hmm.
And also, don't take it for granted that you have this time with your kids. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, what can we do about it? Nothing at this point. You know what I mean?
Just gotta make the best of it.
Make the best of it. So, enjoy the time. Like, last time we was talking about enjoying the time.
Yeah, we touched up on it. So we
Yeah,
decided to go in depth
yeah,
about
we're gonna
that.
elaborate on it. And, some tips to have a little bit more patience. It's kind of normal to lose patience.
Oh yeah, especially if you have small kids.
Like even on a regular, you lose patience with your kids. Everybody as a parent knows this.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real, you lose patience. The I mean, I feel like the differentiating like factor is how you go about that how you go about losing your patience. Are you one of these parents that scream, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you go and take a breath and then talk to your kids?
So you catch an attitude.
You know what I mean? Like,
Because sometimes catching an attitude could be worse than screaming.
yeah, exactly. Like,
It's like,
silent treatments are the worst.
yeah.
Like, that is the worst. So, don't do that. Because some of us have had that silent treatment and it's not cool.
Yeah.
Just like with your spouse, if they give you the silent treatment, it's not
That's, what do you
cool.
call it? That's like a form of abuse.
Emotional abuse. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely some type of emotional abuse, and a lot of parents do that. It's not cool. You know what I mean? Um, and you got to remember, those are your kids. You know what I mean? And but some people think that, oh yeah, they're my kids, so I could kind of do stuff like that.
No,
But you're
it's
getting it
so
twisted.
much. People gotta remember it's much harder to repair an adult, right? You're gonna, if you behave like that, essentially you're gonna raise a broken adult.
Yeah, like
They're
let's
gonna have
let's say you go
problems.
off on somebody, you come next day and apologize. They'll understand that shit happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
With a kid, they don't understand yet why people
Yeah.
blow up.
And people take it for granted that kids are resilient. Yeah, they're resilient, but if they keep on getting that treatment, it's not it's not going to be beneficial to them in the first place. But if that keeps on, it's going to hurt them so bad where they're just going to think something's wrong with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And to add to that, like, if you have one kid, like, one kid, you understand what we're saying, you know? Like, now, so let's put on the table what's going on now. Now we're doing the kids are doing remote learning. And as we know, you got to help out your kids. For the most part, you're going to have to help them out.
Yeah.
Because it's a new thing for them. They're on a laptop or on a computer, and typing is new for most of these kids.
Yeah.
Especially if you have preteens and to toddlers. From that 5 to 12 range or 5 to 10. We have that 5 to 10 range, which is like, it's hard. Our oldest one, pretty good, right?
Yeah, well, he's familiar with
Yeah.
technology.
Our middle one is in between, and we gotta help him, but we also gotta help our older kid because he's learning, more advanced mathematics,
Yeah. So you got
and
to find the balance. And of course the baby, he's 5.
where
He doesn't type.
exactly, like,
Well, now he's learning, but you
exactly,
know.
it's really hard because now you gotta be the teacher, especially for the younger the kid, the harder it is.
Yeah. People get it twisted. Oh, but it's easier work. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Because you have to teach them how to use the computer. You have to teach them all the subjects. You have to teach them how to write also.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. And
Yep.
math. It's just everything compiled in one. And it can get overwhelming. So that's with one kid. Now, for people with multiple kids, we know how it is. And it could, there's good days and there's bad days, right? And the bad days, that's where people lose it.
Yeah.
Thank God we haven't had too many bad days, like, right? But even before the quarantine, our parenting style is different from others. I
Yeah.
would say, like, we're not the typical parents because we've been through the strict upbringing.
Yeah.
You've had the,
The
well,
old school
yeah,
kind of Dominican type of.
like the slippers, the pot
Yeah,
spoons, the
exactly. That
yelling.
type. The punishments,
Yeah.
all that crap.
I've had the lockdown, being grounded,
Yeah.
the occasional Caribbean like curse out.
Yeah.
But I mean,
And we kind of learn from that. Like, I'm not gonna do the same thing that my parents
yeah.
did. And that's one thing that parents should definitely like. You should definitely look back and see all the things that you didn't like while you was growing up, and don't do the bad things that your parents did.
Yeah, like break that circle.
You know what I mean? As much as you love your parents, and you could say that they raised you good, and they most likely they did.
Yeah.
But there's always some errors, and that you know that they kind of messed up in. So how about you fix it? Every generation should be a work in progress. You should be better than your parents. Your
Yeah.
kids should be better than you.
Yeah.
It should keep going. It shouldn't go backwards. And that's what we always say. Even with your life, you shouldn't be going backwards as you're getting older.
Yeah, you should
You should
always
be going up.
strive to be better than your parents.
And that goes with generations. Generations should be, you know what? I'm gonna be better than my own parents. They
Yeah.
were good, but I'm gonna learn from the mistakes that they made.
Yeah, of course.
So that's a good takeaway. You know, don't do the same crap. The crap that your parents did, don't do it. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and I can't, now that I'm older and I'm a parent myself, I can't fault them for what I thought at the time was fucked up, right? Like,
yeah, you start understanding as you get older.
When they would say certain shit, or like when I wanted to go out, right? Like Caribbean parents are like West Indian parents are like, oh, you gotta hit the books. Don't worry about your friends. Don't worry about the boys. It's like the same shit, and it's like, okay, but I want a life too. Like, what the hell, right?
Yeah, we went through.
I was on lockdown up until I got pregnant with our first kid.
Basically. And
even then, after I became a mom, it's like my parents would say, it's their house, right? I still have to abide by some rules. And I get it now.
Yeah.
Because it was their house. It is their house. But now. So.
Even though they took a little bit extra,
But that's just how West Indian parents are.
Yeah, but.
They take it to the extreme. And now that I'm a mom, I understand where they were coming from.
Yeah, even though you understand where they were coming from,
I'm not going to implement the same parenting.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand why my father was like hard on me and stuff, but I'm not gonna do it the same way he did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because at the time we felt hurt, or we felt however. So it's like, I don't want our kids to feel the same way, even
Exactly.
though our parents didn't mean to.
Exactly. They
It's
had
just
good
you're not
intentions. Every
gonna do
parent,
it.
for the most part, has good intentions, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, like for example, I know that a lot of you guys maybe have gotten, a belt or two.
Hmm.
Ask your parents about it, they might not
Like,
remember.
nah, I didn't do
Yeah, you know what I
that.
mean? We all know, like, our parents, a lot of people can relate to that. Like, yo, you remember when
Yeah.
you whipped my ass? They were like, nah, I don't remember
They
that.
go, nah, you're exaggerating. Like, what are you
Like,
talking
nah,
about?
dude, you OD.
So, like I was saying, before the quarantine, our parenting is different from the typical strict whippings and all that shit.
Yeah,
We don't hit our kids.
yeah,
We talk to them, we give them time out, but for the most part, we have family discussions.
yeah.
If
Like,
one kid gets in trouble, they all get that lesson.
yeah, yeah. Like, um, what I like that we do is that, like, for example, like what I do is they'll get in trouble, right? Like, no whipping, nothing like that.
Yeah, nah.
You know what I mean? Like, um, I'll give them a good talking, where they know that I'm not messing around. You know what I mean? And, sometimes they might start, with the little tears and stuff, but I'll talk to them. Like, listen, this is why I not gonna let you play with the Xbox, or this is why you're gonna go into your room and do this. This is why you're gonna have to turn the TV off. It's because of this, and that. And I speak to them in a way where they understand what they did wrong and what's the right thing to do.
Hmm.
I think that is a good approach, because once kids are, 6, 7, that after like 6, they start understanding, even 5, depending on how advanced your kid is, right?
Yeah.
They understand that they did something wrong. They know when they do something wrong, and if and especially if you explain it. Let's say they don't know, you explain that this is wrong and this is why, and that's way better than giving them a kind of whoop ass. You know what I mean? Like, some
Yeah.
parents are just, oh, I'm gonna whip your ass, and all that. It's better to give them a good talking, be strict, don't be a softie, because then you got on the other spectrum, you got the softies, and in my opinion, that's even worse than
Yeah.
everything. Than being soft, and being spoiling the kids. You know what I mean? Like, that's I think that's the worst thing that you could do to a kid.
Yeah, like you can't let them think that they got away with it. You can't be
Exactly.
like, okay, your kid did something, and it's like, okay, well, don't do it again, and just leave it at that. They're gonna do it again and be
You
like, okay, that's all that happened. I'm gonna do
That's
it
the
again.
perfect this thing. Don't let them think that they got away with it. You
Yeah.
know, you can. A lot of parents think just because a kid is small, they can't talk to them like an adult. Obviously, I'm not saying don't talk like an adult and start like using adult
Crazy
words
adult. Yeah.
and complicated words, and you know talk to them like they're an equal. You know why? Because if you raise them as an equal, not as an equal as in like, oh yeah, we're best friends, we're homeboys. No, I'm your dad, you're my son or daughter, right? We're both humans.
Exactly.
You can come talk to me, and we could come with a solution with whatever. Like that, they'll come to you if they have
Yeah.
a problem. They won't be scared. But if you're always like rah 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 and barking at them, when they run into some problem, let it be a school or relationship problem, or they're having a problem with a bully, they're gonna feel scared to talk to you.
Yeah. That anxiety is gonna kick in, and they're gonna feel like they don't have anyone to talk to.
So make sure that, and this is general parenting,
Yeah.
that you have that relationship, that you build that relationship early, you know, and that, give them that confidence that they could talk to you.
Yeah. And bottom line is like respect goes both ways.
Exactly. A lot of parents,
They don't respect their kids.
they think that it's a one-way street. No, it's a two-way street. Yeah,
That's that old school
you're there.
thinking.
Yeah, exactly. You're their parent, At the end of the day, you're the boss, but it's a two-way street. If you give them respect, you obviously you got to be strict, you got to be stern, right? You got
Mm-hmm.
to be stern. But if you give them that confidence, they'll come to you. And that is the best relationship you can have.
And you guys gotta remember, when your child becomes an adult, that's where you guys start becoming friends.
Exactly. And that's when they need
So
you most.
yeah,
Those are
like
because that's when real life problems,
eventually
you know?
they're gonna come to you adult to adult,
Exactly.
man to man, woman to woman, and it's like, well, what's gonna happen when they still have that scared child inside of them? Or
Yeah.
they have that feeling like, shit, my mom's not gonna understand, my dad's not gonna understand, I'm a disappointment. Like, all those negative thoughts.
Or what about, yeah, those negative thoughts, or what about those kids that you always are like expecting something from them? Like you're expecting, oh, you gotta be like this, you gotta be like that. That's a bad thing. Don't do that. Because then a kid, let's say they can't do something, they're going to lie in
Yeah,
order
they're
to
gonna
make
put
you feel
on
good.
a certain face for
Yeah,
the
just
parents.
just for you.
There are people that have a face for their parents, have a face for their friends, have a face for their spouse, have a face for different whoever,
Yeah, like
coworkers, all that shit.
they have different personalities everywhere they go because you raise them as these people that they are pleasers. They're like yes people. They're yes men, yes girls. You know what I mean? Like it's like you raise them to like, oh yeah, you are this perfect kid, and they're going to, you know what? I'm gonna be the perfect kid, and if I have to change a 70 into a 90, I will. You know what I mean? And they
That's
will
where
lie to
the
you.
the comparing comes from. Like,
Yeah,
your kid is always the best. You're always comparing your kid to this one, that one.
stop that.
But anyway, back to what I
Um,
wanted to get to, the quarantine and parenting, right? Parenting is hard enough, but throwing the quarantine in there, I know everyone's frustrated. So
yeah,
I want people to really pay attention to their kids and think about how they're feeling also. And if there was any time to slow down or like take it down a notch in the discipline, I think it was now.
oh that, yeah,
Because I
definitely.
know kids are acting out, especially with the weather getting warm. They want to go outside, they want to see their friends, and they're not understanding why they can't do all that.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I don't want
Like,
parents to be like, okay, fuck it, go outside and go hang out with your friends. Because, no, because then that's putting everyone's health in jeopardy also. And the last thing you need is for a kid getting sick, for
yeah,
your kid to get sick.
yeah, like, like, um, cut your kids a break every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Now that they're doing the remote learning and stuff, have them on a schedule.
Yeah.
The teachers are making schedules for them. Help them get into that schedule. If the teacher doesn't have a schedule, you make a schedule for them. You know, every day. Most teachers are starting class around 9. So instead of waking up at 7, now they can wake up at 8. Wake up
Yeah.
at 8, or depending on how many kids you have. If you only have one kid, they can wake up at 8:30 because they don't have to put on clothes. They could go brush their teeth or take a quick
Yeah,
shower,
like
whatever it
depending on the
is.
day, our kids like, stay in pajamas until lunchtime, or if they want,
Yeah.
they they change. Is depending on how they feel. And little things like that, we leave it up to them.
Yeah.
Because if it was school time, obviously they'll be up in their uniform, and so it's kind of giving them control
Mm-hmm.
in a time where you feel like you're not in control.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, so like let them have a little bit of control in their own, in
Yeah,
their own
them.
space and
Mhm.
all that stuff.
And like we have an office which we turned it into their spot, right? Like we
Yeah,
call it now their spot. That's
like the
your
school,
office. Yeah, your
basically.
school, your classroom, whatever.
Yeah, so we have three. So we have three kids. If you
Mhm.
guys don't know, if you guys are new to the
Three
podcast,
boys.
we have three boys. One is in fourth grade, one is in second, and the other one is in third. I mean,
Kindergarten. The
kinder.
third
The
one is in
third one
kinder.
is in kindergarten. Excuse me. Fourth, second, and K.
Let me find out you got a third grade or something. Nah. So yeah.
Yeah. Hell no.
um
Three kids is enough.
each of them have their laptop. Well, the two
Yeah,
older ones have their laptop
they got
and the
their own
baby
workstations.
uses the desktop.
Yeah, so yeah, thank God we got some. Like I always said, like if you don't need a powerful computer, get a Chromebook. You know,
Yeah.
like this is the
Yeah, and we
perfect
spoke
thing.
about that in the last
Yeah, Chromebooks are cheap, and guess what? They do most of what we do now, which is basically everything is internet based, cloud based.
yeah.
So and it's been working wonderful. Like thank God that we decided to get two Chromebooks last year,
Yeah.
2019, around the same time, about the same time.
Mhm.
And we decided to, oh, let's get the same Chromebook,
Just
one
different sizes.
one a 15-inch, a big workspace, and then smaller, like there's a 12-inch.
Yeah, the smaller one so I could fit in my purse and when I go, and
Exactly.
yeah.
And um, it's funny because the the bigger kid uses the smaller one, and because we kind of gave that one to him since he's growing up.
Yeah, like in fourth grade they start researching and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
So
we just gave it to him. Like, here
yeah.
you go.
So he's using that. The middle kid, the second grade, is using the 15-inch Chromebook, and the kindergarten is using the desktop, the Windows
And
desktop.
believe it or not, it's the baby that needs to be on the computer most of the time.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is crazy.
He gets
Like
most of the work.
um this is what this like our frustrations comes from, kind of like from this. An example of one of our frustration is that the kindergartner has double to triple the work of my fourth grader and my second grader put together.
Yeah.
No lie, I'm not exaggerating.
And the way, okay, so they do this thing called Flipgrid. It's making videos.
Yeah.
And compared to our older kids, our kindergartner has to talk more
Yeah, that's
and
a
be more formal, speaking about topics that our older kids don't even have to talk about.
yeah, it's way harder than our fourth grader has to do.
Yeah, like the two older kids, I love their teachers. I mean, I love all their teachers. But the two older kids, it's like their teachers understand.
They understand what's going on,
Yeah.
you know?
The kindergartners, I feel like the teachers expect us to teach them everything that they would have learned in school. But you got to understand, a lot of parents have more than one kid.
Exactly.
And those who are working or
Yeah.
essential workers have it even worse.
Like what if we were both essential workers, right? Then grandma would have to take care of them, right?
All
Or
three of them.
or daycare, right?
Well, there's no daycare now.
Well, there's some daycares that are open.
Oh, well, yeah, someone would have had to babysit
Yeah,
them.
like there's daycares in buildings, or a lady daycare takes care of 3 or 4 kids. Those exist still. Um, she's not gonna help him with the work.
Yeah.
You know. Um, she might be like, okay, yeah, get in your laptop and start doing stuff, but that's about it. Grandma might look and she hasn't gone to school in a while.
Yeah, like if if the parents are not with the kids, more than likely the person who's watching the kid is gonna be lost when it comes to schoolwork. And a
Exactly.
lot of people are not gonna be up for that. They're gonna be like, well, find time to do it. That's your kid. And at the
Exactly.
end of the day, you can't really blame them.
Yeah, you can't blame them. And then that's where these parents that are already tired from working, right? Let it be that, you are a delivery worker or a cop or a fire, whatever, nurse,
Or a
whatever it
nurse or a
is.
doctor.
Those are the worst. I feel really bad for those people that gotta go home and deal with all the crap, and then go home and then they gotta deal with schoolwork with your kids because they have to do it.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a frustration that we're going through, but we take it one day at a time. We or have them on a schedule.
Yeah, by now it's a routine.
Now, yeah, it's a routine. So
It's just it gets frustrating when our little one doesn't want to do the work or he's tired or he's just not into it. Of course, he's not going to be into it every day. He's 5.
yeah, it's kindergarten,
And being
and
that they're home, they want to be on the Xbox, they want to be with their toys, they want to go outside.
yeah,
So now that the weather's getting warmer, it's more distracting.
yeah, and mind you, we have a dedicated space.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easier for us than for most people because a lot of people don't have a dedicated space. We have an extra room, we have an office room for them, which is now the school, like we said.
Yeah.
Most people don't have that. They have what they if if you got a dining room, you can use that.
But
You
still,
know,
in my experience, doing homework on the dining table, it doesn't work.
yeah. Depending on what's in the dining table, if there's a TV there, then there you
Yeah.
go. There's a distraction there.
Or if there's a lot of people in your house,
Yeah,
it's just.
that's
So
a
we're
distraction.
fortunate that we have that dedicated space. But for people who don't, I understand that they got to work with what
Yeah,
they have. But when
and
it comes to school, if your kids see you getting frustrated, they're going to get frustrated
yeah,
as
so
well.
you gotta have patience. Even if you're frustrated, don't show it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like,
We'll take a walk to another bedroom and take a couple breaths
yeah,
if you
that's what I was
have
going to
to,
say.
because if they see you frustrated, they're gonna get frustrated too, or
Or
they might lock down.
they're going to think it's their fault.
Yeah,
Right. You said that they're going to lock down. A lot of kids, they shut down when their parents get upset. So that's
yeah,
like, especially during the quarantine, they're scared, they're watching the news, they're hearing a whole bunch of stuff, right? That's another reason for them to just block out anything negative. Because they're probably like, oh shit, negative stuff is happening in the world. And now in my home, I probably have this negative energy. So let me just, like stay out the way or whatever. You don't want your kids feeling bad during this time.
yeah,
And it's not to say that let them get away with everything and anything, but it's just
yeah.
be compassionate,
Don't be
I would
as
say.
hard because, like, especially when it comes to the schoolwork, you know, like if they don't understand something, you know, let them do all the work that they have to do, and then go back. You research it how to do it, and then help them.
Yeah.
Help them. You're their parent. You know what I mean? And I get it. It's annoying. We're not teachers,
Yeah.
right? We're not
And this Common
teachers.
Core shit to
Yeah, and
is
and
so
we're
different.
young parents, so we were in school not so long ago, so
But it's still different.
is different. So I'm teaching my kid like the old school way, which is kind of easier, and then he'll do it the new way, which is stupid and long.
It's just extra steps
Yeah,
for no
so
reason.
I teach them the old school way, which is easy. Just line the numbers up and subtract them. Now they want them to put them on a damn number line and stuff. That's kind of extra. Just teach them how to subtract.
Yeah, something about columns and but anyway, it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, we're getting frustrated now.
just thinking about it. So that goes to show you that it's just
Yeah, no parent is perfect. You got to remember that. Sometimes you could be. There's a lot of parents that because they get frustrated, they think like, damn, like, I'm a shitty parent, blah blah. You get frustrated. It's all about how you go
yeah.
about it. You know. Um. Another thing is, um, for a tip that I want to give people for school. Let's say you don't have a dedicated space for your kid to do their schoolwork. Just do, let's say they have a room, right? Um Pick a part in the room that's in a corner, you know, or get a part in the room, some desk or table or whatever it is, a dresser, whatever it is, where they can sit and you dedicate it. Um this is your school, basically. You know, um, like that, the kids don't have, they don't get as much distraction. Because if you put a kid one day in the dining room, then you put them one day in the living room, right? Then you put them one day in their room. That's not a routine. And in school, they have routines. So for your kid to have, you know, that routine of doing work, like every day I'm waking up, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna start doing homework here, they should have a little workstation. Be creative, find the workstation, because if you do not have a dedicated space for them to work every single day, it's gonna become, you know, confusing for them. Is gonna be. I'm not saying that that's gonna be completely harder, but it's not making it easier. And like we've been talking about, to make it easier, have that dedicated place where they could just go, wake up, start doing their work, and it's their little school, you know what I mean? It's their workstation, Pick a workstation and stick to it. Don't again, don't one day go to the dining room, then go to the living room, then go to somebody else's bedroom, and then somebody else's. No. Pick one spot and that's it. That is your workstation. That is your school. It'll make it easier for them, for their routine, and for them to complete work.
Oh yeah. They'll definitely concentrate and like I said, they'll have some control over it.
Yeah. Like what I'm saying is like I know that a lot of people don't have the luxury of having a room.
Yeah.
So, just have that workstation, like um make if you're gonna make the dining room their workstation, then tell everybody in the house, listen, from 9 to 1 to whatever it is, so and so is gonna be there, you know?
Yeah.
Like, or you know what I mean? Like, um or a section in their bedroom, You know what I mean? Make it into their workstation where their laptop is at all times. A few, like a notebook, some scrap paper,
Yeah.
pencils, and let that be a everyday thing. You know, and
Yeah, kids need a routine. They need normalcy. They
yeah, they
need
need a
that.
place. They need a routine with time, and a place.
Yeah, and obviously their schoolwork is the most important thing they should be concentrating on right now. So
Yeah,
if they get that down pat, everything else will seem okay
yeah,
for the most part.
yeah, definitely. And that's what I wanted to like put it, because it'll make your life in this, like, we're stuck in the house.
Mm-hmm.
That'll make your life and your kids' life easier right
Yeah.
now. You know.
And if they were in school, they would be in the building from 8 to 2 to 3,
Yeah, almost
right?
3. Yeah,
But they're at home, so they have the liberty to get up, get a snack, move around. They don't have to be there all the way until 3.
yeah. Like, but when they're doing work,
You
is the
have, yeah,
workstation.
like our 2 older kids, we make sure that they're done by 1.
Yeah,
Everything has to be done by 1. And they do their work. They know, okay. And we also give them incentives. Like
oh yeah,
if you're done an hour earlier and you get everything
yeah,
done the right way, like you don't rush through it,
yeah,
you'll get a prize. You like, now that's another system that we use.
yeah,
The
or
reward system, or you
yeah.
take away something.
Yeah, like if you milk it for too long, you're taking away free time.
Yeah, like you can't take an hour to eat breakfast or an hour to eat a snack or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And or if they can't, milking one assignment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like get everything done, because and you know what I mean? Like, even though this is supposed to be school, we've been more lenient with the video games, you know?
Yeah.
So, but as long as they do
They
their
have to
schoolwork.
earn that extra.
Yeah, so the the faster and the quality of work, the better the work is, the more time that I'll let them play.
Yeah.
If they did bad, like as in like they milked it or they were playing around, no games that day. You
Yeah, and
know?
there have been days where they haven't played, like, and
Yeah.
as much as 3 days. It's like, and we make our kids understand that with video games, it's not necessary, right? It's not a
Yeah.
necessity. We got it for them because we thought that they deserved it.
Yeah, and it's
It's a
21st
prize.
century
Yeah,
too. And even though I personally don't like video games, I play sometimes. I do, but I do understand the benefits of it when it's controlled, you
yeah,
know? Like, that, there's been countless studies that playing video games improves hand-eye coordination, 'cause, fingers and your eyes and all this, and it also problem solving, because you gotta figure out how to beat this boss or whatever it is.
yeah.
And it
Well,
it
like
also
anything,
creates, like these connections in your brains.
yeah. But
So
obviously, anything,
in moderation,
yeah,
you know like they say, a little bit of alcohol is good for you, but if you drink too much, you're an alcoholic, and then your liver goes up, and then you die.
yeah. I know a lot of people are drinking a lot during this quarantine.
Yeah, nah, I'm chilling. I want my immune system to be 100%.
Well, yeah, we barely drink.
Barely, we don't drink. Oh, you be drinking?
Well, when I make my little cocktails and shit like that, but
Oh yeah.
that's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
okay. Yeah, but me personally, I haven't drank one alcohol.
Yeah, you haven't.
You know?
Me, I just have my cocktail time with my mom and shit like that.
Yeah,
And it's fine
and
for
yeah,
parents to like de-stress or whatever, have a drink here and there, but just don't overdo it.
Yeah, that's another thing. Cause I've seen that a lot of people are kind of taking it to the next level.
Yeah, like posting it on social media and like
Yeah, like, and I'm pretty
bottles of
sure
shit.
that people are getting drunk to just deal with this crap. You know,
Yeah.
as with anything, people start abusing shit. You know.
So yeah, so that was the topic for today.
Yeah.
To just
So,
think about the kids, you know, give them some type of normalcy. The quarantine, I don't know. Who knows how long we gotta live like this?
but we do know that schools are not gonna open, so
Yeah,
it's gonna be 7 more weeks of remote learning
yeah.
in
And
New York
you know
City, at
why people
least.
are frustrated also because a lot of people who didn't take care of their kids, who used to hand them off to grandma and grandpa, they're stuck
Exactly.
with their kids now.
That's
Quote unquote stuck with
that's
their
another
kids.
thing.
So
Now they gotta
now
be
you gotta really
parents.
parent. And I feel bad for those kids who are used to grandma and grandpa instead of their parents.
Yeah. So that's why now take this moment to realize your mistakes, what you have done,
Mm-hmm.
because everybody's not perfect at parenting. We're learning. You should be learning. Everybody should be learning it. And this is a great time. And
Yeah.
also to realize that family time is very important, you know?
Yeah.
And
Don't take it for granted, people.
and if you find yourself bored, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Because if you got I'm saying if you got kids and you're bored, then you're doing something wrong because there's so much things to do at home with your kids.
Yeah.
From
From reading to watching
yeah,
a movie together,
listening. You don't want to read?
audiobooks.
Get an
That's what we
audiobook.
do.
You know what I mean? Um,
Board games, puzzles.
so many things. To even throwing a paper ball, to
Yeah.
playing a makeshift basketball hoop.
Coloring, drawing. Like it's count. You just have to think about what did you used to do when you were little, when
Exactly.
technology wasn't so up in our faces and it seems like the only thing there is to do is on a phone or a computer. You gotta think
Exactly.
outside the
And
box.
that's another thing. Stop throwing, like, I know there's a lot of parents that are throwing these iPads or an iPhone at their kids to just, that's horrible.
Like it's bad enough they have to be on the computer for school.
Yeah.
Like don't
The last thing you want to do is add more screen time.
yeah,
You
don't
know?
keep the same amount of screen time they had before.
Yeah.
That's bad for their eyes, bad for their head, bad for everything.
And at the end of the day,
Their
what?
social skills. Their interaction with people has decreased so much. The last thing you need is for them to also lessen their interaction with you.
Yeah, exactly. So
So just keep these things in mind and don't get frustrated with your kid.
yeah, have patience,
It's
people.
easier said than done, but we have to do it.
Yeah,
They're your kids at the end of the day.
yeah. Yeah, exactly,
People forget that your kids are a reflection of you for
exactly.
the most part.
So we're gonna leave you guys with those nuggets. You know, brought to you by JNS Talks.
Yeah, if you guys have any comments, questions, you know what to do, DM us, leave comments on YouTube, whatever.
And
Like, subscribe, share.
and major social media platform at JNS Talks.
Yeah. That's about it.
All right, guys.
Stay up, stay positive, and keep your kids in mind.
All
Like I
right.
can't stress that enough.
Yeah, exactly. Don't leave them out. Do activities with them. And you know what? All of you stay up. All right, guys. Until next time.
Bye guys.
Peace.